Hello. For a girl to have passion for acting is common, but to make a character memorable, to live up to the expectations of audience throughout the movie, winning awards, and to make parents who are internationally acclaimed already, to make them happy and proud, is not that easy. Let's chat with Priyamvada Krishnan, who surprised us with her performance as Sarah in the movie Thottappan. So you had this passion for movies since your childhood. We like some things to do some things, and the passion is something different. So when you got this opportunity to work on Thottappan, how was it when you faced it in real? Because the character had a diverse aspects, and it was totally different from what you are.
Yeah. So the opportunity to be a part of Thottappan came to me when I was in my second year of college. So I had my sem break then. So I was sitting at home, and then I saw this audition call. Actually, Dad saw this audition call in the newspaper, and then he was like, "You have so much passion for acting, and that is what you want to do. So I think you should go for an audition and experience what an audition is like." So me, my father, and mother, we went to Cochin for the audition of Thottappan, and yeah, that's how I got Thottappan. But it's after I got the role, they explained what my character name is Sarah. So they explained the whole of Sarah, like what she is, what they expect out of this character. And that sort of freaked me out. I was so confused if I should actually do this or not, because I don't want such a beautiful project to be. I don't want to do a character and them not being very satisfied with it, because it's such a strong character. So I was a little doubtful at first, but then I had so much passion for this. I really wanted to take up this challenge. And yeah, that's how Thottappan came to me. We had this theater workshop before the shoot with a few of the characters in the movie and also Roshan. And we were trained by Jay Prakash Kulurmash, Gopan Chidambaran sir. So big personalities like that. They helped me open up the shell that's Priyamvada and just go out there and be Sarah. So that helped me a lot.
You were in front of the camera, and those are something that, and the instances are something that you are not used to, like kakka viral,
Yeah.
and the way you are riding cycle. I don't know whether you ride cycle on the roads.
I do
That,
ride cycles a lot.
okay, but that too is not a, not the common road. It's kind of a
Yeah.
village roads,
Yeah.
and the way your slang is different. So how was that improvisation done each time?
They told me there are a few things I should um, know how to do, because my character will have to do that on screen. So I shouldn't look like a very newcomer when it comes to, as you said, kakka variling or rowing a boat and all that. So there is this Chechi, Anita Chechi, who also did a small role in this movie. She was there throughout, like since the workshop to the end, like to the pack up day. She was there with me. Even when she didn't have shoot for herself, she used to come so that she could be with me. She has this proper Kochi slang, so she like always spoke to me in that slang so that I can pick up that slang a little by little. And before the shoot started, after the workshop, I went and stayed at her place. She lives in Kochi, and her lifestyle is lot like Sarah Koch's lifestyle. She rows a boat, they catch fish, and then that's what they have for lunch. And they also do a lot of kakka variling. So I went and stayed at her home with her family for a few days. And that's where I learned all this. I started rowing a boat at her place every day. So yeah, that's how this happened. So Anita Chechi took so much effort to help me be Sarah.
And there were some instances of some small fights, not even small fights. Actually, it is a literally good fights. So how was that? As in, you don't do those things normally. When the camera was rolling and you were supposed to do that.
I think that was the most fun scene, because it's not scripted. Nobody really scripts like, okay, you have to give 2 punches, you get 2 punches back, nothing. It's just fight, and then you just do whatever you want. And I have been an only child. I've never got to fight at home that way. So I think I sort of compensated all that in that movie. I got to fight my heart out.
After doing this movie, when you because then awards and all came after that, but then how was the feeling when you completed the movie and came back home?
Actually, on the pack up day, I cried my way back home because it was such a beautiful experience, and not just the experience. Everybody, every single person on set, from the director to the scriptwriter to every technician to all the actors, everybody was actually like a family. It might sound a little cliche, but we all worked like a family. We all ate together. We all woke up really early in the morning, worked the entire day, and we've been spending time for almost like 2 months. So everybody was like family, and I was a little sad on the last day because I knew tomorrow I'm not going to get a call sheet like wake up at 5, come to the set, and I won't get to meet all these people on a daily basis like how I was getting to. And somewhere I really liked this person called Sarah. When I heard about the character, I really loved the character. She is very different from what I am, and but I got to learn a lot from this character, how to be a lot more bolder to face life and things like that. So I knew I was gonna miss all of that from the next day. So pack up day was a little sad for me.
What were the learning experiences like? There were seasoned actors. Vinayakan is one. Sunil Sukhada is one. As in on theater, he's an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Roshan had a few at that time, but then he was also seasoned on stage. So how was working with and Raghunath sir? He's a master in in writing, in many things that he's. And so how was those experiences working with those masters?
Firstly, Vinayakan sir, as an aspiring actor, Vinayakan sir was one actor I really looked up to because he was always very raw and real with all his characters and be his off-screen personality as well. And uh, I've been a huge fan of his work, especially since Kutiyattam and movies like that. So when I heard that I will be able to share screen space with him, I was really worried because I've never been a part of a movie before, and this is one personality I looked up to so much. But he was so supportive. He was so supportive, and he's really friendly too. I got to learn so much from him, how to be a character, how to his body language from the day one to the pack of day. He sort of changed his body language even when it was break time or when he wasn't shooting. He was somewhere a little bit of that Thottappan. That is so beautiful to watch as a learning actor. So when I can sir working with him was such a huge learning experience. Rekhunath Paleri sir, we've all grown up watching his beautiful movies. And this was also his first movie where he was acting. And something very special that I'll always have keep in my heart is the first scene he was shooting. He told me, "This is my life's first scene as an actor, and I am doing it with you." I felt so blessed because his first scene in his life is with me, and that was such a blessing. So that's a beautiful memory. Then Roshan, he's done a lot of movies and also he's done a lot of theater, so he's very experienced. Like when he gets a scene, he unfolds it in the most beautiful way. So I really got to learn a lot from him as well. And he was there, he was a part of the workshop, and he is so supportive, so supportive. I think all that his support sort of made me very comfortable to try and be Sarah Kuchar. And yeah.
There's a character graph, and that personality has to sustain throughout the film. And in a movie, it's not the fest scene fest or something. It's like it's all mixed up. So how did you maintain that throughout?
We had a very patient director. He before each scene, he explained like what the expected emotion or intensity from the character was at that particular point, like where the scene is going to be placed and all that. Um, and I had read the script like so many times, like so many times. So when I got the scene, I knew where it actually was placed. And also the director was so patient in explaining every bit of that emotion, what he wanted out of the scene. So I think all that sort of helped me understand, okay, what intensity is he expecting out of the scene and where it was placed in the movie. So yeah.
Particular character, Sarah, is not much common in Malayalam. I mean, I've not seen any for that matter. But maybe in other languages like Tamil, probably there could be some character relatable. Not exactly. So after this movie, were you getting offers from other languages?
Yes, I did get, but after Thottappan, I did 5 other Malayalam movies. So, and I was also doing college. I just completed my college few months back. So, it was a little hard to finish this and then go for that and everything. So, I am just waiting to. I really want to do Tamil, Telugu, like movies in the other language, because as an actor, I want to explore how much I can do with other languages. So I'm just waiting for a really good opportunity.
You had this passion from childhood. So what were your preparations? Like, you wanted to be an actor. So were there any preparations that were happening over the years?
I have been a part of 2 or 3 acting theater workshops, but I was really young then. One I was in my 5th or 4th grade, and the other one I was in my 9th or 10th grade. I was like really young then. But before Thottappan happened, or before I got to start off with my passion, my main preparation was in my room, my own personal space, acting in front of the mirror. I think most aspiring actors would do that. I used to act out a scene I just saw from a movie I recently watched, or I used to come up with certain situations and then give it to myself and then act in front of the mirror. I was a little shy to do this in front of other people, like be it my family or friends. And that kind of worried me, because when you do a movie, you will have to act out a scene in front of so many people, not just 5, 6 people, like so many people. So I was a little worried, but thankfully, I am not camera shy, or I'm not shy to right now. Like I'm not shy to act out something in front of people. I'm like, I really want to do it, because somewhere it's helping, it's making my passion come true, my dreams come true. But yeah, my main preparations before all of this happened was just acting in front of the mirror in my room.
Both dad and mom both are internationally acclaimed in their own areas of expertise. Was that at any point of time a challenge, as in okay, there is something that they have set a benchmark upon, you have to perform beyond that? Was there any such challenges?
In my childhood, no, because I think one big advantage I have, because both my parents are in the artistic background, that they understand the passion for art. I do not have to explain a lot why I want to dedicate my life for art, because they did that and they understand what I mean by saying art is what I want to take forward in life. And my mom is a professional Mohiniyattam dancer. So since the kid, I have been watching her make new productions, perform, come back home, make changes, being satisfied, or, it's always an artistic run that I've seen at home. And I think my passion for art somewhere started because I saw my mom actually uh, dedicating her life for art, how satisfied she was after dedicating something to art. And I think somewhere that I also wanted to become an artist. I also want to dedicate to art came from watching her from my childhood to do art and all that. And my dad is a writer. So creating, my mom creates new choreographies, my dad creates a lot of stories with his words. So somewhere creating or being able to contribute and create to art was soared inside me since a child. But they never had like put on a pressure on me that we've reached somewhere this level in life and you do have to, reach there or beyond that. No, they were always just supportive. They're like, do what you like, but just make sure you don't take anything lightly. Wherever you reach tomorrow, do not take it lightly. Just always have the same drive to give your best wherever you reach in life. So that's the only thing they've told me.
I think you are also practicing dance. So is it Mohiniyattam that you are practicing?
I do learn Mohiniyattam and Kathakali, and I also perform both.
You got inspired from to a major level, I think, from KKG sir on photography, because I saw some of your photographs. So can you talk about that?
So during the lockdown, when I was home, we did have a few shoots. Like we had to complete a few movie shoots, and we also did a new movie during the lockdown. But the initial stage of the lockdown, there was nothing. Everybody was just home, and I thought, why not try out self-portraits? So it's the safest during Corona time. You don't have to depend on anybody. There is no close contact with anybody. You just set up your own background. You do your own makeup, hair. You set up your own camera. There's a timer, and just try out something. So it was very random. I randomly tried it out one day, and I sort of liked it. And I think that also was inspired from my dad because if I did not have cameras at home or if I never saw somebody using it as much as my dad, I wouldn't have the interest to just see how it works or what I can do with the camera. And it was also available at home. So I think it made it easy for me to do self-portraits and sort of inspired me also to use a camera. So yeah, so that sort of inspired me.
Had you read the short story you had read before the movie?
After Thottappan, I got Thottappan. Before they gave me or before they asked me to read the script, they asked me to read the short story again. So I read the short story again. Then I read the script. So yeah.
Did you have an interaction with Rafiq?
Yes, he was there since the first day of shoot to the backup day. He was there to help you understand the character better, to understand the scene better, what he visualized when he was writing the script. For all that, he was there present on the set.
Movie was sync sound or was it dubbed?
Both actually. We had a sing sound setup, but because of a lot of noises and disturbances and a few changes, we had to dub a little also.
Those characters that you had, I mean, not characters, basically the actors whom you had interacted more in the film, like, Roshan and Sunil, I think you did not have to interact much. They are from theater background. Did that inspire you, to do, okay, I should try out theater a little
Yes,
more?
actually, I really someday want to be able to be a part of a good theater production. And Sunil Sugada sir, like I told you, when I was young, I did 2 or 3 acting workshops. And my first acting workshop was, we did a drama and Sunil Sugada sir was also a part of that drama. And it was so sweet and such a nice feeling when he saw me and he remembered that. And yes, I really someday want to be able to be a part of a good theater production. And I do see the theater projects that Roshan does, and seeing all that, the passion for theater also is growing a little by little. And yeah, someday I really want to be able to be a part of a good theater production.
That I was thinking is, you got an award for the first character you performed for the movie. Was that making it tough for directors to approach you, say like, okay, you already have a label of an award-winning actor, so is there any such perceptions?
I don't know about that. Like, I don't know what the directors have in mind or what um, their thinking process after I got an award. But personally, what I feel is this was such a huge encouragement for me, because this sort of gave me a proper uh, a sort of a proof that if you give it your all, if you actually work really hard, not think of anything else, and just give your all to what you're doing, you will get your reward for that. You will get what you deserve for that. Like that, you people do advise about that, like you should work hard and tomorrow you will get a recognition for your hard work. But this is something that sort of came as a proof of what people told me all these days. But it also is a huge responsibility whenever I get another character or whatever I do, I sort of feel that I cannot take anything lightly, because I need to keep up or try and keep getting better, try my maximum to keep getting better, because or else I wouldn't be doing justice to the award I got. So yeah.
We had touched upon here and there about the parenting, that how was your childhood, as in, because you are the only child, definitely parents of that age would want, and they want you to be a professional, whatever, be a doctor or engineer, or that would have been a little old fashioned. But then was there anything such happening in your life?
I have never felt the need, or I never missed having a sibling. Even when I saw all my cousins have siblings, or most of my friends have siblings, but my parents never let me be lonely to ever wish that, oh, I wish I had a sibling, I wouldn't have felt lonely. That sort of feeling I never felt that. I think it's because of they are wonderful parents. They are so understanding. They let me have my freedom when I am supposed to, and they let me fly. They do not, like, cut my wings off or restrict me in a cage. Nothing. If they know it's worth it, they let me fly, because both of them flew and they understood how amazing it is to fly. So they let me fly too. So I think that's wonderful parenting. And yeah, and I always have this thing in mind that they've been such wonderful parents to me. I've had a wonderful childhood. I'm so blessed when it comes to parents, actually. So in my mind, I always have this promise that whatever I do, be it professionally or personally or whatever, I do not want to let them down. Like, letting them down is not even the last thing I want to do. It is something that I hope I never ever do. So they are amazing parents.
You have done 5 films after Thottappan, so maybe quickly touch upon those.
Yeah. Um, After Thottappan, I did Tattasheri Kootam, opposite Arjun Ashokan. It was Dilip sir's production, directed by his brother Anup sir. It was a very fun experience, because it was very different from Thottappan. The character is completely opposite of Thottappan. So it was a very fun experience. We shot in Kochi. And after that, I did Idi Marakata. I am playing the role of a constable. There are 5 main characters in it. Chemben Vinod sir, Srinath Basi, Senthil sir. There is an actress from Kolkata and me. And this is one movie I got to speak both the languages, my mother tongue and my father tongue, Bengali and Malayalam. So that was a very good experience because getting to speak both your tongues was a really nice experience for me. And after that, I did Station 5. We shot in Attappadi. Locations were so beautiful, and the character is also a very strong character. My character name is Padma, and she is a very strong character. So that was also a really good experience. That was directed by Prashant sir, and Idimarakatu was directed by Ambli Ringan sir. And then I did Divorce. Divorce is a very special project. It because it was produced by the Kerala State Government, Kerala State Development Film Corporation. I mean Kerala State Film Development Corporation. So and it was directed by Mini IG ma'am. It is a story of 6 women. It's a very women-centric movie. 6 women, their struggles in life. So I am playing this young mother, a young divorced mother. So it was such a different experience because that is a feeling I've not experienced yet. But through that character, I sort of saw how difficult life can get sometimes, and how you can stand up to the world even when you know that the entire world is against you. So that is a very inspiring character I did. It was a very beautiful experience. And then I did Aparna IPS. That is my first title role. I am playing Aparna IPS. It was it was actually a really nice experience because I was a little doubtful that okay, you hear an IPS and then you have this certain physique and certain age and everything, but it was really nice to have a character that take commands, very strong. It's a crime thriller, and yeah.
Sounds very interesting. And what's next?
Theaters just got opened and people have just are just what theaters have just opened, and we still are waiting for people to go and watch movies. I know it's very risky, but just take all the precautions and support the entertainment industry because there's so much of hard work and everything that goes behind it. So we're just waiting for theaters to fully function, and there's a little more of post-production work left in a few of these movies. So I'm just hoping all these just release this year. I'm just waiting for that.
Could be something that sound a little funny, maybe. Say a situation where you've got plenty of money. What would you do next?
I love pets. I keep looking for pet foundations where I can donate. I love animals, like love animals. So that is one cause I am actually, even if I do not get a lot of money tomorrow, that is one foundation or one aspect I will actually spend my money on because they cannot talk and they cannot let you know their needs. But when you sort of understand them, I think you should do something for them. And yeah.
Did any of these directors inspire you to become a director at some point of time?
Actually, actually, almost I had the opportunity to work with 6 directors, and actually, all of them inspired me to someday make a movie of my own. And recently, I've been actually giving it a lot of thought. Also, that someday, when I've a lot more experience and when I know the field a lot more better and how it works, and after working with a lot more directors, I think someday I might want to make a movie of my own.
It's interesting. I think I took much more time than I had requested for. Thank you so much,
So
Priyamvada.
it was really nice talking to you as well.